All right, so let's get into this clip here. And this is from my good friend, Potentially Criminal Show.
Just so you guys understand, the thing that broke up the LawTube cabal is money, 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 money.
I love that. I love that also he acknowledges it was a fucking cabal, because that's the appropriate word for it, is cabal.
The thing that broke up the LawTube cabal is money, 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 money. And now thinking back,
the attempt to basically unionize it, and I was like, oh boy.
No, you know what? I think people didn't realize. So
yeah,
when Nick was doing Rittenhouse and Johnny Depp and all these other things, having 10 lawyers come onto a stream and talk about the case is so valuable. So valuable, because don't forget that's what blew up.
And I didn't see any of it.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, if you're making, some of these guys are making $20,000-$30,000 a day, and you don't think about giving it to any of your, just at least saying, hey, you know what? I know you're helping me. You're coming to my channel every day, helping me get these views and subs. It's not me. Just break off a little, or even like a gift or something. But none of those people did that. And matter of fact, I think Nick even promised a couple of people to actually break them off a piece, and never broke them off a piece. So just to let everybody know, it was the thing that broke. The reason why
that's some hot goss I never heard.
Oh yeah. No, there's I don't know if he wants. Well, there's two people. I don't know if they want me to say their names, but they say they were promised by Nick a piece of some of the action, and then it disappeared, and they never got it. So, and that was the reason. That's kind of what broke everything up. So, and then I remember we were all arguing over who, because then it was like the next trial. So it was like, who would be a solo person to do the next trial?
Oh yeah, like I saw that. Well, that part of like,
that part got really
we're gonna organize this, and we're gonna have that's, you put a bunch of lawyers in a room, all they're gonna do is start fighting, and that actually was a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
Based Sean take us always.
Yeah, there's a lot of hurt feelings during the whole Johnny Depp thing.
Yes, there were.
Mm-hmm.
Someone tried to set up a schedule. Like it was going to be a thing. A couple of who were both lunatics.
and that's so fair. That's so fair. Two separate lunatics. So there was a couple things in that I want to clarify. Of this, from the Rittenhouse trial, I was behind stage with both Alita, Legal Bites, and Joe when he made a comment about giving us something. He said he didn't know what, but it would be something. He didn't be specific about what it was. He didn't say it was a gift. And I didn't want to talk about this because it was behind the scenes for a long time. But Joe was super salty that he never came through with that, because he never came through. So I know that was at least one of the people from the Rittenhouse days.
Really? Right? Oh.
Before all of this, right? And then when it came to the Depp trial, there was some what do you call it? Carrot and sticking.
Yeah.
With because Legal Bites was getting all the people. Right? So it was like Legal Bites getting all the people. Well, why should we go to Nick? Well, he's gonna hint that, hey, we do well here. We're gonna break you off. But
I still wasn't part of this. Jesus.
I'm thinking like you didn't break us off before, and you insinuated it. Right now, once again, I wasn't mad about it at all, because I didn't expect it. Because the benefit was getting initially when you go on those streams, as Sean can tell you,
people just click on. Yeah.
You get a lot of subs. You get a lot of viewers. That's a benefit. That's a real benefit. It grows your channel. Grew my channel a lot. And yes, that helped me out a shit ton. Getting a bunch of subs during Rittenhouse, getting a bunch of subs during Johnny Depp. But here's the problem. You only get so many subs by being on somebody else's stream. The amount of subscribers and viewers, and more importantly, money you get from doing your own stream is not even close. It's zero versus a lot. So I realized I'm spending hours and hours and hours. I've spent weeks of my time sitting on someone else's stream making zero, right? And I'm actually to the point where I'm neglecting my own channel.
Yes, and that was something my better half was trying to tell me at the time during Johnny Depp, and I was like, no, trust me, babe, this is working out. And now in hindsight, I'm like, I should have just started fucking running it and just making a couple of bucks.
Welcome, Josh, Meme Copium.
How's it going?
So what we wanted to talk about was like the scope of the money that was made from the depth trials,
Oh, yeah.
the Rittenhouse trials, and how much, just because people underestimate how much money those trials made. And because it's very easy to look at super chat numbers, because Playboard has super chat numbers.
Yes.
But you're leaving ad revenue on the table for trials, some of which had 100,000 live viewers. I remember at one point in some of the.
Yeah, that was like the record for
The
Nick.
depth trial.
And this is actually how we became friends, was because I included you in one of these earning videos and you commented on it, and I had a bit of a joke because you were living in Korea at the time.
Yeah.
But if you go to, so if anyone wants to go to my channel and they go to sort by oldest video, there'll be a couple videos that I've got that is called.
Let me do that right now.
It's called "This is how much LawTube makes in super chats." That was the first one, the earnings report I did. That was after I did something about Legal Bytes, who was copyright striking some guy. Then there was "This is how much YouTubers earned during the depth trial." That was the second part, and I actually included Law and Crime, who actually was, I guess, the largest earner of all, because they earned like over, I think, like $6 million in ad revenue alone. Millions, yes. And also Asmongold was a surprise winner there, and it's a little bit harder to determine his earnings because he's on Twitch, but he had such a volume of clips from this, like millions of clips. And the funny thing is, if you go to, I think it's actually the first one I made, this is how much LawTube makes. The pinned comment on that is by Recator Law, and he reveals some of his data on how much he was actually earning, which I used in the following video to calculate. I think most people have said that it's within 5 and 10% from what the earnings are. But if you scroll to the end of the $328,000 one, but just scroll to the end, you'll see like a ranking, right? There you go. That's my rough estimates, and I use the super
legal mindset. I'm poor.
Legal mindset.
Legal mindset felt it. Suffer.
You were eating good, man.
Suffer legal mindset.
You ate good.
But poverty 20K.
So I included not only the super chats, but also the ad revenue from replay views, live views, ad premium based on Recator's data. And then I minused the YouTube cut and also the Apple tax, which I assume that like 60 or 50% of people are using Apple devices, because some people don't realize, but Apple has like a flat 20% tax on anything that goes through the Play Store, or their version of the Play Store. I use Android. So this is what I came up with. So from just this is the second trial, so the numbers were fairly similar, although the depth trial was more, obviously. So if you're talking about people that are upset that didn't get a piece of the pie, this is what they missed out on. This is what
there's a lot of pie.
Yeah, there was a lot of pie to be missed out on there.
And that's under.
Yeah. I would imagine these are conservative estimates
on my side. But yes,
there you go. So it's only gets bigger.
It only gets bigger. Plus, remember,
that's what's crazy about this.
We would set up our locals at that point and our other communities, and those were fucking raking in a shit ton of money, right? And then we're like, there's a whole lot of collateral stuff here that ended up also making money. So
and those local subscriptions, everyone was pushing for the year-long subscription, so they get paid up front, and that's where all the money for like the Mustang came from, and the 40K local gift. We're still waiting for it. Well, actually, I'm not, because I never subscribed with locals, but I think like I think in both trials, Joe didn't stream by himself, so he wasn't included in any of these numbers.
I was barely monetized at that point.
Yeah. So like, this is what he's probably looking at. And like, they probably talked about the money behind the scenes. He's like, oh my goodness, I'm buying a new Mustang with this $200,000 payday from sitting around while other people did work. Well, it wasn't
just that; it was all of his other shows. You know, every show he did. I mean, think about that. The funny part is, like that.
And this
whether or not the abortion was real,
contracts or
somebody's dead dog, Skippy the dead dog, and Gam's passing away paid for that Jamaican abortion.
Yeah,
maybe they were just installing a staircase in the Caribbean. You don't know.
So that's what I got, guys. I mean, not too. So I guess, are you a little bit? Maybe you were watching. Were you surprised about the folks that were butthurt about money?
Secret cabal. It doesn't surprise me at all, honestly. And like when you said like name some people in the chat, I think I got my guess was correct. It doesn't surprise me, and I can understand it, but it is a bit of a revelation.
I get it, but the thing is, a lot of those people try to say they don't care about money. They're like, we don't care about money. No, you do. You really do, right? Just be honest about it. Like, you wouldn't do this if you weren't making
lawyers. They're lawyers. Right? Nobody becomes a lawyer to be fun.
Well,
Like,
and you don't.
Well, maybe you become it if you believe in something very true and honest, right? But
You don't shut down your firm because you think that to do YouTubing because you think that YouTubing is not profitable, right?
Yeah.
yeah. But there's nothing wrong with liking money as well. That's perfectly fine.
There's nothing wrong with that, but people have some weird guilt about it, and it's like it's really odd. It's really fucking odd.